I'm here at River City Wrestling Con with John Crowther from Squared Circle Comics. Thank you for joining me here today on the show.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, you have a lot of comics, and they're not just your ordinary comics that you would find at a comic book store.
No, actually what we do, and you can find some of them at a comic store, but what we do is I do authorized biographical wrestling comics. So what we've done is we've sat down with a lot of legends from back in the day, starting with our first book was with Nikolai Volkoff and Bruno Sammartino, the Killer Bees, these guys, and we get their life stories, and we're putting it in comic book form and staying kayfabe on the matches. It's kind of a nice way for fans to connect with the wrestlers, learn a little bit more about them, and take home some memorabilia at the same time.
Right, because I'm looking at some of the comics in front of me right now, and there's Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Jack Swagger, the Fantastics. I mean, these are guys that I grew up watching, like, as a kid, and now it's kind of cool to have, like, a new comic book, like, of their life story right here in front of us.
Yeah, and I think it's fun for them to be able to connect with younger fans, maybe, who don't, for some of the older guys who didn't remember them when they were wrestling and seeing them live, they can kind of connect and see what these guys are all about, because these are the guys that really set the foundation for what we enjoy as wrestling today. You know, they're the ones that were really in the trenches when the WWE was getting formed, or transforming from a regional program to an international program. And these are the guys that built it. These are the guys that put it all together. And it's kind of neat for, I think, a fan to be able to learn about that history and really understand what it's all about.
Yeah. Now, today I've already talked to Patricia Summerland and B. Brian Blair, both of them that you have comics about. Can you give me a little information or a little backstory about just kind of like what it was like working with both of them?
Well, they're both a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't know either of them beforehand. I think I got to know Brian through Nikolai. And Brian is an amazing guy. For people who don't know him on a more personal level, not only has he been in wrestling, he's been a county commissioner here in Florida. He's done so many things. He owned a whole bunch of Gold's Gyms. He's really an amazing businessman. And he's the president of the Cauliflower Alley Club. So he's been a great resource for putting me in contact with a lot of the other legends. And just if you needed to get any history on wrestling, Brian really knows it. I mean, he got in the business initially. He was talking to someone earlier today. He was a fan, and Steve Kern used to allow Brian to carry his bags up into the arena in Tampa so that Brian could watch the matches. I mean, so he really is like a fan that became a superstar in the WWE, which is really neat. Patricia, again, she didn't wrestle in WCW, WWE, or anything. She's from, if people who are fans of Glow, the Netflix series, or the original Glow back in the 80s. Patricia's one of the original Glow girls. So it's kind of it's very interesting talking to her and getting her perspective on it from an acting television standpoint, from the wrestling. Really, those girls, I think, really laid the foundation for what we see with divas today. You know, they really had put a lot of character into it, a lot of emotion into the matches, and they really set the groundwork for, you know, everybody from, you know, Wendy Richter's and all the way up to what we've got going today. A lot of those Glow girls set that foundation.
Now, is there any future comics that you're working on now that you can give us a little information about who's coming soon?
Absolutely. We got Patricia's is on Kickstarter right now for anyone who's interested, and we're going to be on there, I think, for about another 17 days or so. We've already fully funded, so anybody who jumps on board now, you get a bunch of freebies, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did see that on Facebook the other day that you posted that you guys had met your stretch mark.
We met our goal in 6 hours, actually.
That's impressive.
Yeah, our next book that's going to come out, my buddy across the way, Rocky Johnson, the father of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his is going to be a one-shot that we're planning on launching probably around September. We're probably going to follow that up with a second issue of Hacksaw Jim Duggan's book.
Nice.
Followed closely by Brian and Blair and Jim Brunzell's third issue, the final issue in the Killer Bees. We've under contract. We just recently signed Terry Funk.
That's going to be awesome. Terry Funk is going to be that could be like a 20-part issue right there with Terry Funk.
I'm really excited about Terry's book. We've got I just finished the script on the Fantastics. Actually, a little bit worse. Fantastic. Here he is, Bobby Fulton. And here's the second issue on his book. We're going to be working on the Rock and Roll Express again soon. We got a Gangrel book that's coming out.
Gangrel's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. I think Rich Parada is our artist on that, and he's pretty deep in the art on his book right now. So we got a lot in the works. And we're always signing. So any wrestlers watching, hey, we're looking out. We're looking to bring some more people in and and just kind of keep this ball rolling.
Okay, you hear that, Sting, Sid Vicious? Come on, like, I would love to see some comics by this guy in the future, that's for sure. Well, thanks a lot for joining me here, and you know, guys, subscribe here to Tone In Entertainment. Everything comics, movies, wrestling, we're talking about it all. We'll see you next time.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.